my price chopper had a 10-pound bag of potatoes on sale for $2. So guess what John and Bibbs did? He had to go out there and get that bargain. 10 pounds of potatoes for $2? Can't beat that. So I got me a 10-pound bag. We're not obviously going to use that all today, but today we are going to make some potato soup. And earlier in the week, it was the first day of autumn or fall. So what perfect thing do we need to do is make some soup up for the fall. So we're going to make some potato soup. Now I'm going to probably use about 4 pounds of these potatoes. I got a large yellow onion, about 4 big stalks of celery, and I got some leftover petite carrots from my last video that I didn't use, so I'm going to chop these up into smaller pieces. We'll be putting that in our stew. We got some chicken stock, some pepper jack cheese. You could use cheddar, but I have 2 blocks of this pepper jack that's been in the fridge forever, so we're going to use pepper jack cheese, some flour, some butter for our roux, seasoning, salt, pepper, rosemary, and thyme, and parsley. And that's just about it. So I got a lot of prepping to do, so I'm going to take these potatoes over to the sink. We're going to peel those potatoes. I'm going to wash my celery, and I'll be right back. Okay, while I was over there peeling my potatoes and rinsing my celery, I got to thinking, I got a bunch of leftover rotisserie chicken shredded, and we are going to be adding that to our potato soup. So this is going to be chicken and potato, or potato and chicken. Potato and chicken sounds better. Soup. So just thought I'd throw that in there. Alright, so as you guys remember from my last video, I had a 6-quart Dutch oven, and it just really wasn't big enough to my likings. So I went to Target, and they had this, what was the brand? Figment 7.5-quart cast iron Dutch oven with enamel. So that was a pretty good price, so I went ahead and bought that. So now we're going to have plenty of room for our stew, or in this case, soup. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is take a half a stick of butter, cut that into chunks, and we're going to put that into our Dutch oven. Alright, let's go ahead and chop up our celery. Take the top and tail it. Don't throw the good part away, John. We're going to take our celery leaves that are good on there, and take those and put those in there too. They'll have nice flavor. Alright, there's our coarsely chopped celery. We're going to go ahead and put that into the pot with the butter. Go ahead and chop up our leaves. move on to our onion. All right, let's dice these onions. Dump those in there. Now we're going to fry up these onions and soften them. So let's put that on medium high. Now I'm going to get some olive oil. We're going to put a splash of olive oil in there as well. Alright, while that's frying up, let's go ahead and get a start on our taters. We're going to cube these potatoes. I'm just cutting them in about a 1/2 inch slices. And we just stick them in here. And let the chopper do its thing. We'll go ahead and put it back in the water here. Starting to turn them brown. Silly me, I was chopping those taters away and I looked over there and I ain't done my carrots yet. And I want to fry those up with the onions. So I'm just going to chop these coarsely. Okay, let's get those in the pot. All right, turn that heat back on. Okay, those onions are starting to get soft now. I'm going to take 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, sprinkle it over the vegetables, giving them a stir as we go so we don't get any lumps. All right. And we're going to put a total of 4 cups of milk in here. But we're going to start out really, really slow. And mix it in so that we don't get lumps. So while stirring, I'm going to add just a splash of this milk. Get that incorporated. A little bit more. Let's turn that heat down. A little bit more. Right. And that's going to help thicken up our soup, this roux, and add lots of nice flavor to it. All right, let's add two more cups. Now I got plenty of shredded rotisserie chicken here. So just to give you an idea, we'll measure it. Probably about 4 cups. I'm going to throw in there. Yeah, near enough 4 cups of rotisserie chicken scraps. Get that mixed in there. Now we're going to add about a tablespoon of dried thyme. And a tablespoon of rosemary, dried. Oh yeah, that's looking good. We ain't finished yet. Okay. Now, let me drain these potatoes and I'll be right back. Alright, we're going to add these potatoes to the pot. We're getting full. Now I got 8 cups of chicken stock. Let's put 4 in and see where we're at. Oh yeah. Let's put some more in. I think I can hold all 8 cups. Put some pepper to taste, salt and pepper to taste. I like a lot of black pepper. And a little bit of salt. At least my doctor tells me to only use a little bit of salt. Now, we'll bring that up to a boil and reduce the temperature and simmer that until those potatoes are soft. I'll be right back. Clean up my mess. Okay, I cooked that for about 45 minutes to an hour. You'll just want to keep stirring it occasionally, and when you stir it, pull out a potato and make sure they're nice and tender. Once they get tender, it's done. So let's go ahead and get our cheese ready. This is going to add a deeper flavor to it, but it's also going to thicken it. So I'm going to grate this up and I'll be right back. All right. And we're just going to add this cheese to it. We're going to add it a little bit at a time. Give it a stir. Get it well incorporated in there and let that melt away. Oh yeah. You guys smell that? That smells delicious. Let's give that a taste. Oh my, that is so good. That is gorgeous. All right, let's turn this off. We'll let that cool down and we'll get it trayed up. Man, this is good. Tell you what I'm going to do. Hold on. This is totally optional, but I'm going to mash those potatoes in there. Not totally mash, do a gentle mash so that we mash some of them, but still have some potato chunk. Which is kind of hard to do with the chicken in there. We still want potato chunks, but I'm just going to mash these up a bit to try and make that just a little bit thicker. Plus it's breaking up my chicken a little bit more too. Oh man. There we go. So we got a good balance of mashed potatoes. Oh man, that is just so good. Right, we'll let that cool down and I'll be right back. Okay, that is cooled down pretty well. Turn that on, get that zeroed out. Give that a good mix. Man, does this look good, let me tell you. Trying to even this out as far as contents in the soup wise. So we get to our 2.5 pounds. You hear that tummy rumbling? My belly's saying I want to eat this. There we go. Exactly 2.5 pounds. So I'll finish this off camera. What I'll do is I'll get these all filled up. 3 trays. I always do 3 trays pretty much for a meal. 3 trays, and we'll get this into the freezer and get it frozen solid. Once it's frozen solid, we'll fire up the freeze dryer and get her in the freeze dryer. So the next time you see these will be coming out of the freeze dryer. I'll see you then. Okay, I gave you a little bit of disinformation there. I went ahead and filled all 4 trays. I'll just have to break into, I like to buy my O2 absorbers in packs of 10 because that packages nicely for 10 meals. But with this one, we're going to get the 10 plus 11, 12, 13 with 1 square left over. I'll just kind of divide that between a few packs or something like that. So we're going to get 4 trays out of that. This is so good. And plus, I don't know if you can see that, but I got plenty of stew left for myself now. So I'll get this in the freezer. We'll get it frozen solid. Once it's frozen solid, we'll fire up the freeze dryer and get it freeze dried. And this is it. This is the truth, honest truth. Next time you see these, they'll be coming out of the freeze dryer. I'll see you then. And here we have it. My chicken and potato soup has finished its cycle in the freeze dryer. What do y'all think about that? Look at that. That is dry. Let's get it packaged up. 3 squares per pouch. Like that. And I just remembered I did 4 trays, so I got to go do another, label up another 3 bags. So we'll get this bagged up and I'll be right back. Alright, that's them all in the bag. I'm going to take my 300cc O2 absorbers. Got it big enough. We'll pop one of those in each pouch. Seal it up. Just like that. Nothing to it. You know, John and Bibbs, I don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. I'll see you in a minute. Alright. Here we go. That's 13 pouches. Let me get my heat sealer out. Get my O2 absorbers sealed up. And my bags, and I'll be right back. Alright, so as that was heating up, before it got full temp, I went ahead and resealed my O2 absorbers. This plastic doesn't take nowhere near the temperature that the Mylar bag, so about halfway between the time it takes to heat up, as it's heating up, I just sealed this. Those will be good for next time. So we'll just go ahead and throw our seal on these. Again, looking for that plastic to melt along the edge there. That way we know it's nice and sealed. And I'll see you when these are done. Be right back. There we have it. Turn that off. Now, I put the little, what do you call it, indicator back into this, and that'll turn nice and pink. We'll know that that's sealed up nicely and they're good for the next use, so we'll just keep an eye on that. Probably take a day or two to get that to turn back from purple to pink. We'll leave these sit out for a few days just to make sure they all sealed up and stayed sealed real nicely. Then we'll come back and do a taste test. I look forward to seeing you for that taste test. Some chicken and potato soup. I'll see you then. All right, who's ready for some chicken and potato soup? I'm famished, so we are going to have this for dinner. Get that opened up. Take out my O2 absorber. Now we use 3 squares, so that's going to be 3/4 of a cup of water. Hot water straight out of my Keurig, almost boiling. Oh, the aroma of that is so good. Alright, let's get that Ziploc shut. Now, full disclosure, I had 1 square left over of this when I packaged it, so I reconstituted that 1 square with 1/4 of a cup of water, and it came out delicious. But I found that the potatoes needed a little bit more time to rehydrate. So we are going to do this for 5 minutes instead of my 4 minutes. So the first soak here before we stir it, we're going to do it for 3 minutes, and then the next one we'll do 2. So I'll see you in 3 minutes. Okay, that has been 3 minutes. Let's give her a stir. Oh man, that just smells so delicious. Take a piece of potato. Yeah, but it definitely needs more time. So we've got 2 more minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, we're coming up on 2 minutes there. Let me tell you about these bad meal pouches that I buy. Just to give you some codes. I get these from topmylar.com. Topmylar.com. And they are what you call a single meal pouch. They're perfect for on the go, like camping or office or hiking or emergency, because you can eat them right from the pouch because of the shape. They are shallower than they are tall. That makes sense? Yeah. So it's kind of like eating out of a bowl. You eat it right out of the pouch. And Top Mylar is offering a couple of different codes for you. My long-standing code is BIBS, B-I-B-S. So if you place an order of $50 or more and use the code BIBS, B-I-B-S on checkout, you'll save $5. They've recently added a new coupon code, which is a single-use only code. Only use it one time per account, and that is BIBS10. Now if you, and that's all one word, no spaces, BIBS10, BIBS10. And that's single-use only coupon, but that saves you 10% on your order. So I would recommend that if you're doing a large order, like I buy my stuff basically a year's supply in one go. I buy a case of my meal pouches and equivalent number of O2 absorbers, 300cc case of those, roughly. And I buy those every year. So if you're doing that, that's a perfect time to use the BIBS 10, because no matter how big the order is, you save 10%. So if you had $1,000 order, which is a massive order, but if I'm just saying, for example, if you had $1,000 order and you use BIBS 10 for that single use, you would save $100 on that order. That's a fantastic deal. So with that being said, check out topmylar.com. Don't forget that when you check out, use those codes, one of those codes. I do make a small percentage on the BIBS 10 promotion coupon. All right, let's get this all stirred up. Check that potato again. Oh yeah. So as you can see, you can eat it right out of the meal pouch, but we like to dish it up so you can see what it looks like. Look at that gorgeous chicken and potato soup. Man, does that look good. And I toasted me up some French bread while we were waiting for that. I probably ought to get a close-up of that, don't you think? All right, let's dig in. Let's see how this tastes. I already know it's going to taste delicious. Oh man, this is so good. It really hits the spot. Everything comes back beautifully. The chicken, the carrots, the potatoes. Man, this is just so. belly filling. It's so good. So on a cool autumn night, this is going to be a great addition to my food storage. Absolutely gorgeous. The balance of everything in there is just perfect. And I kind of think using that pepper jack cheese kind of add a little bit of undertone of spice to that too. That's really nice. Oh yeah. What can I say? If you haven't tried this, you really should, because it is gorgeous. Home style potato soup with chicken in it. Plenty of protein. So there you have it. I'm going to finish this off camera. Nobody wants to see me eat, although I enjoy chatting with you while I do. I'm going to finish this off camera. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting that like button. All that is very important to a struggling YouTuber. So I thank you for doing that for me. And I look forward to seeing you next time. I think we're going to be thinking about our Christmas and holiday treats here coming up so that we can get them ready for the holidays. And I've got a few of mine. So make sure you ring that bell if you subscribe, and you'll be notified whenever I put a new video up. I look forward to seeing you next time, and have a great day.